All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Introduction to Static Electricity. So, as the word says, static means something that is not moving. So, when we're talking about static electricity, we mean electricity not moving. Now, when we are talking about electricity, we deal so much with charges. And the common charges that we deal with when you're talking about electricity is we deal with negative, positive, and perhaps neutral charge. That's what we deal with. So, um, materials can either lose electron or gain and then conduct electricity. I'm sure you've seen what happens, for example, at night. You try to remove your cloth, you see sparks of light. Or you try to open a tap, then you feel a shock. Or you try to open the window or a door, you feel a shock. So you wonder what is happening. So electricity can be conducted through charges. When a material is positively charged, it conducts electricity. It's able to cause a shock. It is negative charges, it is able to cause a shock. So now, getting into the concept about charges, a good example that we have, if you look closely at this diagram, you see a cloth, then this is a polythene rod. Now, polythene rod, a good example is a pen, because the polythene is simply put a plastic, something that is made of plastic. So this is a cloth. When you try to rub this rod against a cloth, a polythene rod against a cloth, what happens is this polythene rod gains electrons from the cloth, meaning it gains the negative charges from the cloth. And when it gains the negative charges from the cloth, it becomes negatively charged, but the cloth becomes positively charged because it has lost electrons. And this is a result of what happens after you rub this one. This one becomes a negatively charged rod, a polythene rod, and then a cloth becomes positively charged rod. So if this polythene rod was moved closer to small pieces of a paper, it will be able to attract it because it's charged now. It can conduct electricity. Now, this idea also happens when a glass rod. Remember what we are talking about was a polythene rod, but this time it is a glass rod. When a glass rod is rubbed against a cloth, a silk cloth or cotton cloth, what happens is that this cotton cloth gains electron from the glass rod. So it means that the glass rod will now be losing electrons, meaning the negative charges will be lost to the cloth. And then when it loses the negative charges, it means it will only remain with the positive charges. Hence, it becomes positively charged and the cloth becomes negatively charged. So this is what you see. This is a positively charged glass rod and then a negatively charged cloth. Now, why am I talking about these things, a glass rod and a polythene rod? Under static electricity, you'll be commonly using a glass rod or a polythene rod. So remember, if a glass rod is charged, it becomes positive. When a polythene rod is charged, it becomes negatively charged. Next time, we will look at how do we charge materials. Then we are going to look at various methods that we use to charge materials. Thank you for watching.